Ladies and gentlemen, we now come to the second of our ladies' semi-finals here at the 2022 Winmau World Masters. And we welcome to the stage, first of all, the Northern Ireland Open semi-finalist, the WDF World Open finalist from England, Natalie Gilbert! Their opponent is the WDF World Open quarter-finalist, Spanish Open semi-finalist, the Europe Cup singles finalist from Spain, Almudena, Fajardo!
Our second ladies semi-final here at the Winmau World Masters finals day. We have an English lady taking on the Spaniard, Almudena Fajardo. Natalie Gilbert from England has been on a bit of a run over the last few weeks. She's been playing really nicely and is literally within touching distance of securing a place at the lakeside. If she can get to the final, she will secure that place. Of course, she wants to go further, but one step at a time.
It's Natalie to throw first for the bullseye. Outside the ball. That's the bullseye.
Oh. It looked for a minute as though that was going to be really difficult to get round Natalie's dart that had just gone underneath the 25, but no such problem for the Spaniard. Really
85.
Great year for Almudena, as Anthony introduced her onto the stage as the Europe Cup singles runner-up. She lost, of course, to Bo Greaves.
66.
A little bit unfortunate there with two treble ones. Natalie, a little nod as she finds the treble.
81.
Natalie did, of course, make the final of the World Open for the ladies yesterday, so has played on this stage. Is that an advantage?
76.
I suppose we can only tell in the coming 20-25 minutes. Finding the treble very nicely. Two treble visit and a 40-point advantage. That 40-point advantage disappears.
41.
And it's now back with advantage to Almudena, who threw first in this leg.
42. 36. Almudena, you require 132.
The champagne shot. But Almudena choosing to go her own way. 12 would leave tops, 20 would leave double 16, 16 leaves double 18.
Natalie Gilbert, 157.
Very close to that treble 16, which would have left her double 4, but safely avoided it.
27. Almudena, you require 36.
Whether she took the chance. She takes out the first leg, whether she took the chance on the 1-3-2 by going for the 20s, or whether she... It's just the way she plays, perhaps.
$57.
Natalie's route to the final, 3 group games, all safely negotiated.
16.
Helena Gleglu from Latvia, Karolina Zalowaka from Poland, and Kaja Hildingsson from Sweden. 4-0, 4-0 and 4-1, which put her into the knockout stages where she beat Christiane Musique of Austria 5-1, Brenda Moreau of Canada 5-2, before in the top 16 having to put out the stops to beat a previous world master, Dieter Hedman, great friend of Natalie. 5-2 was the victory. And then she saved her best performance for the quarterfinal, where she beat Stephanie Rennock 5-4 with a 73.46 average all the way to the last leg in that one for Natalie.
60. $57. $40.
Almudena's passage to the final, or to the semi-final, I should say, slightly more difficult, but also, if there were people that thought that Almudena getting to the final of the Europe Cup ladies singles was a bit of a fluke, this lady who's not been heard of, she certainly put those doubters to bed with her very first performance in the World Masters. In the group stages, she defeated Aileen de Graaf in her very first game by 4-3, which made everybody stand up and go, hello, maybe it isn't that fluke. And indeed, she went on to win her other 2 group games by 4-2 and 4-1 to qualify relatively simply. She's now on 104. She's hit treble 4 to leave 92. Just having a count. One thing I do know about Almudena, having worked with her in Spain, her English isn't good. That's not a criticism in any way, shape or form. Of course it's not. If anyone asks me to speak in any other language other than English, I can't. So I'm hardly the one to be criticised. I can speak a little bit of Scottish, perhaps, but Anthony Dundas just tucking into a nice, what have we got there? A bit of a spring roll going on there. Yep, he's nodding vehemently. Tasty spring roll that Anthony's just chewing on. Inhaled. Tops it is for a 2-0 lead for the Spaniard.
Third leg, it's Almudena through first.
There are a couple of people, as I said, that will be watching this game. A couple of ladies, and certainly one that I know will be watching this intently, I'm sure. And that's Laura Turner, because if the final happens to be anything other than Bow against Almudena, then she would lose her spot at the Lakeside.
60.
However, if Almudena goes through and Bow then beat her, Laura would survive in that spot. So it's all exciting stuff in the ladies'
81.
quest for a place at Lakeside.
$60.
Actually, really hasn't got going at all here, and
81.
Almudena's 80s and 81s are seeing her through at the moment. Natalie's going to have to find an improvement on the 60-odd average that she had before this leg began. 81. And there's another treble. Yep, 61 average for Natalie against a 75, and that's a bit too much of a difference here. Maybe this is the start of the comeback.
95. Almudena, you require 133.
133 then, and 76 left. Could go double 19, double 19. She's already had one down at that part of the board, but we'll probably come back up to the more conventional treble 20.
77.
Almudena, a player I was not overly familiar with up until the start of this tournament, really. As Natalie Gilbert fires on a ton 80.
Did ask whether that was the previous throw was the start of the comeback. What it does show is how much she needed that money, because she's still behind, but she now has a chance.
65.
Hmm.
25.
Interesting way to go for 65. Treble 15, double 10.
Almudena Fajardo. Forward leg as Natalie to throw first. Game.
So Natalie, 3-0 down now. No time at all.
As I said, Anthony, the Almudena winning the Europe Cup, a runner-up in the Europe Cup ladies singles was perhaps everyone thinking, oh yeah, bit of a fluke. Somebody's had a really good run. But then the very first game she played here this weekend on Thursday, she saw off Eileen de Graaf, which that knocked all of those doubters out.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And here we are in the semi-final. So this is someone who can play the game. Let's put it that way.
60.
Couple of the fellow English players adorned in Natalie Gilbert shirts today. Joe Clements and Kirsty Hutchinson.
Ah, I hadn't noticed that. See Joe Clements sitting down the bottom there.
60.
Excellent darts from Gilbert.
A mildly amusing moment yesterday afternoon when Natalie got to the final of the World Open. We're doing the presentations, and we do. Don't forget to stay around, Natalie. We'll do the presentations immediately. Yes, called her name out, and she was nowhere to be found. She was most embarrassed when she returned into the room, and you called her name out. But very apologetic. She simply, you can imagine for Natalie, it's not been. She hasn't been to that many finals, and to do that here in front of big crowds in the Bonteweaver at the Winmau World Masters and Open, when you've got Lakeside within your grasp, it's probably not at. Anthony's going to call my name now.
She did walk onto the stage, head down, covering her face with her hand.
She won't be covering her face with her hand if she hits this and gets herself on the board, and she's done that. Just have to keep taking a leg at a time for Natalie Gilbert. She will need to break the Fajardo throw.
60.
I think we've just witnessed a world record being broken.
Okay.
That's 2 cups of tea in the space of about a minute and a half.
Oh, for myself?
Yes.
Oh, yes, yeah. Yes, you don't leave tea in front of me for too long.
100.
Very much appreciated, boss. Thank you very much.
No problem at all.
Time to mention when we have that view there that you can see the Netherlands Bond logo. The NDB have been absolutely superb in assisting the World Darts Federation in pulling together the Winmau World Masters. Of course, thanks go to Winmau for their sponsorship. The Bonta Weaver.
140.
Yeah, Paul Engelberting and Patrick Stollock and all the team at the NDB. Absolute heroes.
Exceptional. And of course, our friends from Dart Connect, if we shouldn't forget David and Arno, although David will always say that Arno never does anything, but we know that's not to be true, so they've done a cracking job. It's 2 in. It's the cry from my right. But they are, of course, it's technicals, and when you're relying on internet, etc. But there has been, given the number of games that have been played, it's been incredible how well the whole Dart Connect system has worked, whether it be group stages, knockout, telling you who the next marker is,
96.
telling you what board you're on next, at what time you've got to play. It's just incredible.
Magnificent piece of technology, it really is. Real game changer.
61 leaves 80. Should really stay there.
81.
60's given herself a chance if Almudena can't take this 54. Just about scrapes the 14. Not a flicker. Just misses the double top. And just misses the double 10. So is this the chance that Natalie's been waiting for to come back to 3-2?
Yep, from 3-0 down, Tops would put this match back on throw.
And you heard her. The dulcet brummy tones of a come on. I'm not even going to attempt the dulcet brummy tones.
No, me neither.
But yep, 3-2 it is. I think it's a battling performance for Natalie. She's got her average up to 74.5 and Almudena's at 75, so it's a really even game now.
Excellent darts from the Spaniard. Back-to-back tons for Natalie. 140 ton for Almudena. First to 5, of course, for the opportunity to take on Bo Greaves in the Winmau World Masters final.
Yes, for those of you that weren't with us for the Bo Greaves semi-final, we were saying that as having cruised through to the quarterfinals with 2-0 victories in every game that she played, 32 consecutive legs. She was pushed all the way by Mayumi Uchi, eventually coming out a 5-4 winner. And whilst you can never say that it was the difference, the fact that Mayumi had 3 darts bounce out of the board in the final leg was so unfortunate. But and Bo was the first one to acknowledge that when she spoke to Mayumi after the game. So
yeah, those bounce outs are a real game changer in that one. The winner of this, of course, as I say, plays Bo in the final. First Winmau World Masters women's final since 2019. We will see who will take the crown from Lisa Ashton, who is still the reigning champion. Back-to-back winner, Lisa, 2018 and 19. Natalie Gilbert finally finds Tops at the first time of asking. 3-3, game on.
30. $16. 60. 81.
Different Natalie Gilbert walking to the board now. A bit more confidence in her stride.
45.
Almudena just shaking her head a little bit now. She has to put that out of her mind and think, look, we're still 3-3 here. I only need 2 more legs. I have the darts 45. In this leg and the last leg should we need to go that far. Another treble 5.
54.
Vigorous shaking of the head. Following this match, we move back into the men's competition, and the first of our semi-finals is Danny Lowby. The birthday boy will take on Wesley Plaisier.
55.
Yeah, I was looking at the averages in the quarterfinals, and whilst you of course every game is has its own destiny, as we stop to see Almudena, is she going to fill this up? That certainly changed the image of this particular leg. But Wesley, by some distance, I think about nearly 11 points better average than the other 3 gentlemen that have made it to the semi-finals. Of course, it means absolutely nothing because we've seen players have 106 average and then have an 83 or whatever it is the next game. So of course it can change. But Wesley's been playing well. That's going to be a cracking game. Danny, full of confidence. Well, having found nothing for numerous throws, Almudena has cracked down to 36 with 2-ton-plus shots and could be about to go 4-3 in front. That's bent the wire. That hasn't. That's found the middle of the bed, or the middle of the right-hand corner of the bed.
The winner of the ladies' competition will be taking the crown from Lisa Ashton, but the winner of the men's competition taking the crown from the Irishman John O'Shea. 2019 World Master. Defeated Scott Waits in that final. Marvellous to have this World Masters back after a 3-year absence, brought on, of course, by the COVID pandemic. It's so fantastic to see so many people from 40 different nations making the way to the Netherlands to support the competition, playing the tournament that they have rightly qualified to play in.
60.
Quite a lot of them will be back 5 or 6 weeks' time in this same venue
42.
for the 2023 Dutch Open.
Quite a number of them. We'll be back tomorrow for the World Championship qualifier.
True,
of course,
yes.
4 men and 2 women can qualify tomorrow to come to the lakeside. Theoretically, the players that, well, not theoretically, the players that have already qualified aren't in that competition. They can't play.
85.
So those that are just around 20, 25 in the rankings, or slightly lower than that in the men's, we'll be looking at that and thinking, okay, I must have a chance here without those other guys above us being allowed to participate. Good 81 there from that. It's looking as though we could go the distance in our second ladies semi-final. Or are we? Oh, wow. My word.
Oh, dear.
135 points behind and suddenly 45 points in front.
77.
77 leaves it handy. 89 then, treble 19. 20 for the bull. 1 dart at the bull is what's coming in. Oh, no, it's not. No, it's not. Look at the expression and the
anguish.
Anguish is a great word. Yes, the great word. So just trying to compose herself. On for the 11.
Natalie Gilbert, 57.
Tops it is then for Natalie for a 4-4 game. That's a way off. Oh dear, dear, dear. Natalie will not be impressed with herself for that. Can Almudena have better luck with tops? This to put her in the final for a repeat of the Europe Cup singles final. No!
Natalie Gilbert, 40.
Or will
Goodness
it
me.
Yeah, will it be England v England after all? This dart puts Natalie Gilbert at the lakeside.
It nearly does, but not quite.
No, that one does. Oh, not quite, not quite. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm getting ahead of myself. Anthony is shaking his head at me as if to say, "Are you mad?" Well, yes, I am. Yes, I am. I'm getting. Oh, it keeps her opportunity to get to lakeside. Can we please scrub that bit of comms out, please? Oh dear.
41.
Getting ahead of myself.
The excitement.
Yeah.
Too much for Mr. Rolls.
It certainly has. It certainly has.
We have a decider, the second semi-final to go 4-4. And Almudena Fajardo,
60.
only 41 and only 60 in response.
$41.
This is more like it from that.
Oh.
The one big treble, but the two wayward darts not helping her cause whatsoever. Still in front in the leg, but
60.
scoring power has deserted Almudena at the start of this ninth and final leg.
61. $100.
Yep, nice ton.
$82.
Excellent cover shooting from Natalie Gilbert. Only 29 points separating them before these three were thrown.
55.
Almudena finding the fives again. Where's your money in this one?
Wow.
$78.
How's Laura Turner feeling?
Oh. Watching from behind the sofa with her eyes covered.
Staying on the no, good decision. Good decision. 1-5-2 then. Won't be this time. Now she just wants to give me a single treble.
41.
Oh.
Almudena Gilbert, 150.
3 bills will buy you a beer. No, oh well.
Is that all?
41.
Listen, I'm Scottish as well. I ordered a beer's good for me.
Well, we've gone 8 legs and we've got to the final knock-ins and with 2 points between the two players. I think it's 29 scored, which would be 82. Bull or treble 14? Bull, that is 57. Almudena going downstairs. Now she's got to go up to the treble 18. Not to be 72 left.
Oh,
wow.
Great last start.
Interesting last start.
57 then for Natalie Gilbert.
Yeah.
For a place in the World Masters final. And a place at the World Championship into the bargain. Tops.
Oh, my goodness me. My goodness me.
A flyer.
18.
Is this the throw that takes the Spaniard? Oh, my goodness.
Good switch.
As I say, a repeat of the Europe Cup ladies singles final. Natalie can't watch. Double one. No!
16.
Our first semi-final was dramatic.
40.
Our second semi-final is just as dramatic.
Indescribable tension. Arms must be feeling like lead.
Oh, you just can't imagine. I'm double 10.
Last one.
Oh, dear, 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 dear.
Good Lord.
It's incredible. It's absolutely incredible.
Cannot come inside that double one. Oh,
She has.
Another chance goes begging for Almudena Fajardo. And now Natalie Gilbert, 3 darts in hand at 10.
And this is harder than the tops because it's double 5. Because in the back of your mind, you don't want to leave 5. The nerves must be jangling. That's not the worst marker. That one is. Oh, my goodness me.
Oh, the despair on the face of Natalie Gilbert. Oh, dear. You could cut the tension with a knife in here. Double one again. She's done it! At long last, after one of the most tense games of darts I've ever seen. Look at the disappointment in the face of Natalie Gilbert. She had her chances, but as Almudena Fajardo, the Spaniard, is into the Winmau World Masters final.
So disappointed myself for Natalie, but listen, you can't take it away from the Spaniard. She's put up a fantastic performance, and it is a repeat of the Europe Cup final between Bo Greaves and Almudena Fajardo in your Winmau World Masters ladies final, following our other semi-finals for the men and then our finals for the youth. We'll be back